All right, looks like we are live for our viewers that are coming in late. We're just going to wait a few minutes for guests to join. And also my wife, she's jumping on. It's always nice to have my better half with me. So this is going to be somewhat of a two-way conversation between my wife and I, and especially because we both have different perspectives on our experience with being in the gym. Um, I encourage anybody, as you guys are joining in, to let us know where you are watching from, and your name, because this is broadcast on multiple streaming platforms. So I can't always see your name when it pops up, unfortunately, with a program I'm using. So let's first invite our esteemed guest. I think your camera's off. All right, there you go. There's Carme. So yeah, you guys are joining in, watching. Don't be shy. Let me open up my chat window here. Let us know where you're watching from, and also, let us know how many years you've been exercising or training. Seriously, so I want to know. I want to get an idea of the experience level of those watching. It's of course now there's a group of people for sure. I think anybody's going to benefit from our live today, but there's a special group of people who are going to benefit the most. If you're a beginner to the gym, if you're kind of new to working out, um, or if you're not new, but you really can't afford a gym membership and you want to work out at home, you're definitely going to benefit from this. Also, if you've been in the gym for a while, so you're not a beginner, a newbie in the gym, but you find that you're plateauing. You got to the point where you're not progressing as far as your health goals, whether it be losing weight, building muscle, or gaining strength. That's usually the three reasons people work out in weight bearing exercises. So let us know those three things: your name, where you're from, and how long you've been working out. So Miss Jean is from Suriname. All right, nice. Suriname, South America. Number one, she doesn't go to the gym. She works out at home, and that's okay. Yeah, that's all right. You can get great workout at home. Facebook user, I'm sorry, I don't see your name. Miami Beach. We got somebody from Miami Beach. Awesome. All right. It's a little hot, so you'll see me fanning myself a little bit. We're in North Carolina. I don't know how warm it is, but I'm sure Miami is warmer right now. But we've gotten a pretty good weather these past couple of days. I think it's about 80 degrees. Um, Carme, my wife, and tell us where you're watching from.
From Portugal.
All right. How's the weather over there?
It's good. It's good
Okay.
today.
Yeah.
No rain, at least not
No rain.
not this afternoon.
Okay. Okay. We got another one that's working out at home too. Awesome. All right. We're not going to stay long, especially because Carme is in a different time zone than most of us. It's actually quite late over in Portugal, right?
Yeah,
Um, yeah. And
12
you want to get
o'clock.
to bed, right?
Yeah, I'm tired.
You're tired. I'm sure you had a long day. But I appreciate, so the big thanks to my wife for sacrificing her time to, because I feel like it's important to get input from a different level. Myself, I've been working out for a while. I've been training. Um, I'd say for the past 5 years, I've been very serious, very consistent in the gym. But I have been working out since high school. I should say middle school, on into high school. In college, I also was a regular in the gym. So I've learned a lot throughout the years. Some of the principles that I'm going to be teaching in this live actually come from a book from Michael Matthews. He has a couple books. The one I would recommend is called Bigger, Leaner, Stronger. Bigger, Leaner, Stronger. All right. I'm pretty sure that's how he puts it. Bigger, leaner, stronger. Let me make sure that's right. Michael Matthews. Um, and in that book, you'll see there's a lot of really basic principles for no matter what your activity level or your experience of working out. So if you're looking for a good training book, Bigger, Leaner, Stronger is there's some really core principles that you can take from this book, and I'll be sharing in this live. And I've applied. I had my wife apply, and honey, have you been happy with the results?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure,
Well,
right?
yeah, finally.
It
Finally
takes
seeing results.
it takes a while, right? It takes a
Yeah.
while, but
Yeah.
there's some principles that if you apply from that book, you find it harder to quit on yourself because you see the difference in how you're training and how other people are training. Okay, so I hope you
Yeah.
guys really pay attention to the rest for the duration of this live. Like I said, I don't expect it to go more than 20 minutes from this point because we're going to go really quick through points. But if you have questions, guys, please ask them. This is your time to ask questions, and we will answer those questions to the best of our ability. All right, and as more people are coming in, let us know where you're calling from and your level of experience at the gym. You just work out at home? Do you work out at the gym? How many years? Whatever you're comfortable with sharing. Let us know what your exercise routine and level of training. So how I want to go through these next 20 minutes or so is the 3 steps to progressive overload training. Okay, 3 steps. Number 1, the first step is going to be how to begin. How do you start? Okay, we'll breeze through that. Breeze through that pretty fast because it's very simple. All right. And the second point we're going to spend more time on is how to progress, how to make sure you're able to reach the goals you're setting for yourself. And number 3, the third step is how not to quit. How not to quit, right? So, first step, how do you start a training program? Okay. How do you start a training program? Well, first off, Carmi, let me ask you, um, how would you say is the simplest way to start a training program?
You just start. Find something and go with it. Especially
I
if you
told you
don't
it
know
was
what
quick.
you're doing.
They put your
Yeah.
volume up. Even if you don't know what you're doing, the
Yeah.
first step is start. Do something. Because I think a lot of times we feel like we hesitate to start a training program or exercise plan because we don't have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Or we're overwhelmed with the idea of having to come up with, workouts and training. I don't care if it's just jumping jacks. I don't care if it's just walking around the block, around your house with a dumbbell on your hand. With or without a plan, you start. You start with what you know how to do. Okay. Start with your level of experience. It's really that simple. Okay. There's another caveat to that. Start with what you like, what you enjoy. Um, and it sounds simple, but it really is something that's important because I know myself when I first started working out, I wasn't consistent for a lot of years. Like a lot of years, I'd be on and off, um, until I figured out what it was. I really dreaded certain days in the gym. There were certain days, I don't know why, I just dreaded the thought of going to the gym, like almost made me like feel like sick. Like I don't want to go today. I'd skip it. And then I realized I had to sit down and ask myself, Lewis, why is it that there's those certain days you don't like being in the gym? And you know what it was? I didn't like that one workout that I had to do that day. It might have been 1 or 2 workouts that I knew I had to do that I put on my plan to do, and I hated doing them. So you know what I did? Guess what? I stopped doing them. I stopped doing the workouts I don't like doing. That's it. I went down to the drawing board. I said, I don't really like doing that. I don't really like doing that either. I started eliminating the workouts that didn't really bring me joy and pleasure. Okay. And once I started doing that, voila, I started being more consistent because now because the thing is, there's so many workouts you can do. There's so many types of exercises and variations of exercises. You should not feel stuck that you have to do a certain thing over and over again, especially if you don't like that thing. So, Carmen, I don't know if you had a similar experience as far as exercises that you didn't like doing that you stopped doing, during your
Well,
starting
what I was
process.
thinking about when you was talking was like, for me, when I started to get serious about being in the gym,
Mhm.
I know I couldn't do it on my own. And number one. Number two, working out at home wasn't going to work for me either because it's free. And when you do something free, you're not consistent because you didn't have to pay for it. So the first time you remember that conversation we had? I was telling you I want to buy this program. I don't know how
Yeah.
much money it was, and you was telling me no, and I was telling you yes, I want to buy the program. Because I wanted a plan to follow, and to me that held me more accountable. So having a gym membership for me is the one thing that keeps me going because I'm thinking about that money that is just being wasted every month. You're not going, so that helped me a lot. What was your question?
Well, how to start, especially when it comes to things, maybe exercises you don't like to
Oh,
do. Yeah.
yeah. I don't like I have exercises right now that you just gave me that I just skip them or just do something else because
That's that's okay.
yeah, I don't like some of them, so maybe I just have to like take them off altogether. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
definitely have those.
you want to enjoy yourself in the gym, right, Carmen?
Yeah.
If you don't enjoy, if you're not having fun, don't then you're doing it wrong.
Well, in the beginning, you don't have fun though. You
Yeah,
don't
that's
have
true.
fun.
That's true.
So
It's a new chore. It's a new chore for some. So
yeah.
if you find there's nothing you like to do, right? Be patient. Stick with the things that are least troublesome for you, least annoying, things you're comfortable with doing.
Mm-hmm.
um, and then gradually, progressively add things to your workout. Because even if it's you going to the gym and just going on the treadmill, because that's the only thing you like doing, it's okay. But start somewhere. That's the most important step. Number one. Again, as you guys are watching, let us know if you have questions. All right. So number two, what was our second? Well, before we leave number one, how to start. It's okay to get a trainer, right, Carmen? Like, I
Oh
guess
yeah.
it's similar to you getting a program, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
you need somebody to help you. So I think a trainer, investing in a personal trainer who can help teach you how to work out, a good
Mm-hmm.
trainer is will basically
Well, you
provide you.
don't know if they're good.
You don't know if they're good, yeah,
Just
but
get a trainer, and as you learn, you're gonna get to be through. So 'cause I had a few of those. I get
yeah,
to realize that this trainer wasn't good and that one wasn't good. You just don't know. Just get a trainer, and you
mm,
will learn as you go.
as you go. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's a good idea to get a trainer because you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna at least learn how to do the proper form and
Yeah.
exercises in working out, and
Mm-hmm.
then you go out on your own and do your own thing eventually.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things coming in my mind too that's helpful. YouTube is very great for starting out because you
Yeah.
just YouTube, and I have a collection for those you watching at the end. Will provide you a collection of exercises if you'd like that. I'll Carmen remind me before the call closes to put that in a chat. And
Okay.
I'll
Right
have to
on.
go back and put it in all the streaming. I'll have to put it on our streaming applications, but it will be at the end of our conversation, and you guys can have access to free workouts that have forms and videos how to do these workouts too. Um, yeah, so I don't know if you guys have any questions on how to begin a training program, but it doesn't seem like anyone has questions, so we're going to keep on going. That's all right. Secondly, is how to progress in the gym. So this is more for those who have begun training, they have begun working out, and they're either stuck or they're just not sure how to progress, how to progress in the sense of seeing results. Because I
Mm-hmm.
think to me the saddest thing in the world is seeing people go to the gym for years, right, Carmen?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Maybe they're trying to maintain their shape. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's no difference. Like you look the same as I've seen you 4 or 5 years ago, and there's no change, right? I think to me that's sad. Like, man, all that time invested, you're not really getting your results. So progressive overload rate training is this. Basically, is the concept of continuously adding intensity, time, or weight to your workouts. Consistently adding time, intensity, or weight. What does that mean? So if you're running or walking, okay, and you could walk a certain distance in 30 minutes, you should be keeping track of that time and seeking to decrease that time, or I should say even increase the intensity so that you can walk a greater distance in that time. That's all that progressive training is. It's objectively measuring your progress so that periodically you're challenging yourself to progress. If you are not progressing in your workouts, you're going to get to the point where your muscles get bored. They're no longer tearing. See, the way muscles grow and develop is by tearing, by ripping. And your body repairs and heals those muscle fibers so that they're stronger and more resistant. But the problem is, as you become more resistant, the same workout you did a couple weeks ago is not going to cause a tear in the muscle fiber. It's going to stay strong. And so it's not going to grow. So you have to continually challenge those muscle fibers to tear and rebuild so that they can be stronger than they were before. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to everybody. And so regardless if you're looking just to lose weight or slim down or build what's called lean muscle is muscle mass that is low in fat. You want to progressively increase your intensity in the gym, right? So Carmen, I know when I started giving you workouts, did you notice like that you started getting stronger in the gym over time?
Yeah, but even before that, remember I was doing Zumba and, aerobics training for a while, like a year or so. And I wasn't getting any results, but that had to do with the diabetes though. But I wasn't getting the results I was looking for. And then, we decided to try the weight training, and immediately with the progressive overload training, definitely you see results quick. Correct. You don't see them, you feel them first. You see them after.
You feel them after, yeah. Because actually
you see them, you feel you feel it first and see it after.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. You definitely feel it first. Yeah. Because actually your body's going to be building up after the workout. That's why it's so important to provide yourself proper nutrition. You don't really find you don't get. It's funny because you'll be in the gym, looking at your results for the day, but your workout didn't do nothing really. It's not until the days after, as your body's recovering from all the tears, that you're starting to build that strong, lean muscle mass. And then we know that weight bearing, why is it so important to build strong muscles? Carmen, can you tell the people why it's so important?
Because it puts weight on your bones, and when it put that weight on your bone, it tells the bone, we need to become stronger so that we can handle these muscles. So that's why it's important. Then you can have strong bones.
Bones, yeah. Studies show that the only way to prevent osteoporosis, there's only one way. Because when you think of osteoporosis, porous bones. I mean, who wants porous bones? Who wants holes in their bones? All right, it's what causes us to kind of.
Who wants a walker? That's the question you need to ask, because we can't see your bones. Who wants a walker and a stick?
Right? Who wants a wheelchair?
Going upstairs.
Who wants to be bent over as they get older and getting and shrinking in height, right? Not me. And the only thing that prevents that is weight-bearing exercises that put weight on your bones and your tendons and your ligaments, giving them the stress they need to get stronger over time. So that's why it's so important. Carmen, did you send that video to me?
Yeah, I sent you a few of them.
You did? Okay. How'd you send it to me?
On Instagram.
That's
the only way I could send it.
So I want to show you guys something too, real quick. Why it's important to build strength. Okay, and we're still on the second point, how to progress. Okay, you'll notice especially if you're in, and then this is for, and I should say this too. We're emphasizing getting gym memberships. If you're working out at home, you could still practice progressive training, can't you, Carmen?
Yes.
Right? If all you got is a 20-pound dumbbell, what that means is I'm going to continue using that 20-pound. Let's say I can curl that 20-pound dumbbell. And that does mean I encourage getting some kind of equipment at gym. You can do push-ups. You can even do wall push-ups. There's a lot of body weight workouts you can do. I actually have that. Yeah, exercise bands. I actually have that in one of the plans, the basic plan for working out at home. What you want to do is increase the intensity even at home. Okay, if you're doing a plank for 10 seconds, strive after a while to go to 15 seconds. Right, whatever you're doing over time, make it more intensive. Increase the intensity, increase the amount of times you're repping that bar, um, or increase the weight of the bar if you can by buying more weights. So you want to be progressing by increasing the intensity over time. Okay, so if you do have workouts that you can do repeatedly. So I should ask, I'm not sure the level of understandings of repetitions and sets, so I'm going to explain what a repetition is and what a set is. A repetition is how many times you're repeating a movement. Okay, so whether it be an isolated movement like lifting your arm, that's one repetition, that's two repetitions, that's three repetitions. So when I say a repetition is how many times you're lifting that weight. Okay, or if you're doing a squat, a body weight squat, you're doing one squat, two squats, three squats, that's a repetition. Okay, a set is, just like the word implies, a set of repetitions. So you might have 3 sets of 10 repetition, repeating that exercise, that movement 10 times for 3 sets. Okay, did I lose anybody on that? Repetitions and sets. Let me know if you're lost, if that doesn't make sense to you, because that's important for what I'm about to say. Okay, if you're looking to build strength, and this is where you're going to have an advantage. Okay, this is a secret sauce. Okay, guys, that most people don't know, and I get excited about. If you're looking to build strength, you want to go less reps with higher weight. Okay, now this is more important for those who are again eventually getting gym workouts. Okay, got it from Pensacola. All right, Laura. All right, Laura's with us. Good. She gets it. So especially if you're in the gym, if you're looking to get strong. Okay, you want to get higher in weight with less reps. Well, how many reps are ideal for building strength? 1 to 6 reps. 1 to 6 reps. So if I'm doing a barbell curl or squat or a deadlift, okay, and we have videos if you want to know how to do those kind of workouts. You want to, Laura, I'm gonna get to that, a muscle fatigue idea. What you're doing is you're trying to increase the amount of muscle fibers that are recruited to make that movement, to lift that weight. And the heavier the weight, usually the less repetitions you can do. Usually you can do around up to 6 repetitions to build maximum strength. Okay. To build size, now if you're looking to get build bigger muscle mass, now I should say this, even if you're building strength with less reps and higher weights, okay, you're still going to build size. You're still going to get, your muscles are still going to get, somewhat bigger. All right. Leaner, I should say, less fat in them and more of that bodybuilder look. You want to look like you're on the cover of a magazine. You're going to get that. But when you go higher reps, so I'd say 6 to 12 reps in a workout, now you're going more into not so much strength, but you're going into hypertrophy. You're building the size of your muscles. If you look at the bodybuilding guys, the guys that look really swollen in the gym, a lot of times they're going lighter weight with longer reps. So they might be going 10, 12, 15, 20 reps. Okay. And that's how you get that swole look. Me personally, I'm not trying to look like Mr. Olympia, Mr. Universe, right? I'm trying to build my strength. So I usually stick within the 4 to 6 range in repetitions. I still do 8 to 10 as well, because I do want to build size, but 4 to 6 is the secret sauce for building strength. Most people don't know that. If you're going to build strength in a gym, 4 to 6 repetitions, because that allows you to lift heavier. Okay. Laura, to ask your question about muscle fatigue. So that's why we encourage progressing, because you do want to get to the point when you're doing any workout that your muscle fibers are fatigued and tired. How do you know how to do that? Or how do you know when that happens? Is if in the last 1 or 2 repetitions, it gets very somewhat difficult, very difficult to complete that repetition without, I should say, altering your form, right? It becomes difficult. It becomes hard to finish the last 2 repetitions. So let's say you're doing a dumbbell curl, or you're doing 1, 2, I got this, 3, 4, I can talk, 5, 6. Okay, that was a good one, right? If the last 2 repetitions should be hard, it should be difficult. It should be hard to complete a sentence while you're doing it because you're struggling. Okay, if you're able to do that 6, 8, or 10 times, whatever repetition you're focusing on for the day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey Jerry, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey Tom, what's up? There's a problem here. You're lifting too light. Your weight is not going to do anything for you. The last 2 repetitions, if they're not difficult, increase your weight. And then once you found that weight, you write it down. That's going to be our step number 3. But Carmen, can you kind of shed some light on your experience with this?
I don't know about the fatigue story yet, but I do increase my weight. I don't think I go to the point where I can't do it, but I'm seeing that every week I have to increase my weight because it's lighter.
You're getting stronger.
Yes, the weight is lighter than the week before, so I have to increase weight. So the only, my shoulder is messed up from the accident. So that is the only place where I feel that fatigue on my, when I'm doing my arms and so, but yeah, I don't really feel it any other way.
Any other way,
yeah.
By progressing. So there's a couple things, and then I'll to highlight is making sure you are progressing, increasing your intensity. How do you know to progress or when to increase the intensity? If the last 2 repetitions or 1 or 2 repetitions are no longer difficult to perform. If you're doing it easy, okay, you're going for 8 reps, 10 reps, 6 reps. If it's easy, increase the weight or the time or the intensity of the workout. If it's same principle of running on a treadmill or cycling, increase the intensity. If at the end you're not feeling like your body's stressed like it used to be. Okay. And then Carmen, your experience in the gym, though, I want to ask you, because you mentioned this a lot, how you're looking at these people in the gym, you're like, how are they lifting so light like that? Like
this guy today in the gym, I was so shocked. I didn't want to turn around to look at him, but a guy that is about your height, and we both doing deadlifts, right? And I'm looking to see if he's going to put any more weight on that thing. So then I look in the mirror and I said, no, he's just warming up. No, that was all. We were just doing maybe 10 kilos different in weight.
Yeah.
And he never put any more on them. Like, what the heck?
And how long have you been working out, Carmen? You've been working out a long time?
2 years now. February is 2 years.
There's guys in the gym. So my personal experience, you could tell they've been in the gym their whole life. Okay, I've been on and off for a while, but I've been really consistent for 5 years. Before that, very, very on and off, very sporadic, until I learned this principle of progression. And I honestly, not to toot my horn, I'm stronger than probably 99% of the guys in the gym, including the ones who've been in there their whole life. And again, not bragging, just to show you how powerful it is when you practice these principles. I have times where I'm doing certain lifts and I've got a small crowd of people looking around me like, Lewis, how in the world are you lifting that much weight? Because I'll tell you the third step, pay attention to the third step, because the third step is key if you really want to get strong, like the guy we're going to show you in this video. Love this, the janitor. Stronger than most. Right. And I think that's important because it's what encourages you to keep going, because you see that, wow, I'm getting stronger, I'm reaching
but only you will feel a difference, because I used to have back pain. I used to have aches and pains here and there. And as I started going to the gym without seeing the results, I felt the difference. Like, I don't have that back pain no more. I can lift up Caleb without a problem and walk very far with him, not huffing and puffing and all of this, because I'm getting stronger.
Stronger. Emphasizing increasing intensity. Step number 3. Okay, I said we're going to just be 20 minutes, and I think we're about that 20-minute mark over our intro.
Yeah.
But so I think I hope that's okay, guys. So how do you make sure you're consistent with your commitment and not quitting on you? It's very, very simple. Write down what you do. There's a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of things you do, but I feel like this is one that needs to be said because it's something is very often not done. Record your progress. Okay. So number 1, start with whatever you're comfortable with and what you like to do. Your level of experience, just begin. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. Number 2, progress by adding your intensity over time. And number 3 is to write down your progress. Why is that important? Because I don't know, Carmen, I know you don't really do this much, but I've done this for the last 5 years, and it's the reason why I get stronger and stronger and stronger is because to quote P90X guy, everyone, I don't know if you guys remember P90X. Who didn't watch P90X? Everybody used to try to do P90X. One thing he used to always say is, you don't know what to do if you don't know what you did. Okay. There's going to be times where you can't work out because what X, Y, Z, right? And then you have to, it becomes a daunting task to go back to the gym, start over. But when I record on my app. I have like Samsung Notes. All I have to do is go back to my where I left off. I know exactly what weights I'm doing, what my plan was, where I ended, so I can know where to begin. I may not be as strong as I was if I took a long break, but I know where I'm progressing towards.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about anything in life, everyone's working, everyone's got jobs, right? So they can relate to this. Every job has some measure of counting success, right? Think about it. Every job has some measure of measuring objectively your success and your progress. Okay. You should have the same mentality when you're working out. If you're not recording your progress, you're not progressing. Or you might progress, but you're not progress to your full potential.
But also, when you're doing this method of weightlifting, you have to, like I have to put every week, I have to put in my notes, or this week I am doing this amount. Because if you don't put it, you would forget, and then you'll see yourself picking up this weight, having to put it back, go and try and get the next weight to see which one is, Yeah, but you do it a little more detailed than I do.
But you still do it.
But you have to. There's no way to do it other than record it, because you will be back and forth all the time.
Yep. So yeah, writing down your workouts is a great way to know how to objectively increase your weight too. So you're not going to know how to increase it without, So Carmen, let's go ahead and let's finish off with this video. I'm gonna try to share it with everyone. So you think I should share the last one?
Let me see.
Actually, let me do this one, the second one, because it's bigger. One of them was too small. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. If you guys can be patient with me, okay? You probably have seen this guy. He's really popular on Instagram, but this highlights the power of progressive overload, because you could tell this guy is not very big, but just in my experience, I'm not very big. I mean, I'm moderate size. I'm probably bigger than average, but a lot of the guys in the gym, got 2-3 times the muscle I got, and I'm literally lifting 2-3 times what they lift. And it was funny when I saw this guy, I said, hey, I know exactly what his secret sauce is. It's the repetitions. If you want to get stronger, stay in the 1 to 6 rep range and practice and progressively increase your intensity. Okay. Not to say you shouldn't go for 10 to 12 reps. But if you want to get stronger, you want to go heavy. Okay, heavy as possible without hurting yourself, right? Listen to your body, folks. I don't want nobody come back at me, Lewis, because of you, I broke my back. Listen to your body and progress according to, without pain. Pain is bad. You should feel soreness, not pain.
I think a rule that I use, that if I'm not increasing my weight every week, then something is wrong. Every week I go and I start the workouts for that day.
Yeah.
I realize that the weight is too light. I have
Yeah.
to go heavier.
And it also depends on your level of training, where you're at, So
Mm-hmm.
if you're not progressing, if you're not increasing your weight every week, it's okay, because everyone's going to be different. But yeah, let me go ahead and share the screen, and we'll close off here. With this here. Tell me, you guys, if you can see it. All right, can you see it?
Yeah.
Carmen, you can see it, and I think everyone can see it on this end too. All right, so this is
No.
what I'm
Yes,
gonna do.
yes, you can see it.
All right.
I want to be a weightlifter also.
You want to do the weight?
Can I try, please?
You need to practice this. It's up to you.
Oh, no.
No way.
Oh.
No way.
No, I'm sorry, just one time. I need some motivation. Oh, like this. And also, I saw some video like this. That's for biceps, right? I'm sorry. Yeah. I saw this in TikTok just, but I don't know how I can do this. Is it right?
Yeah.
I will train every day after this moment. Thank you, guys.
Oh, I love that. Oh, sorry. Oh, I think I kicked Carmen off. Yeah, I love that. So, yeah, that's basically what happens when you're focusing on progressive overload training. You're gonna see yourself getting stronger over time and not stalling like a lot of people do. Like Carmen said eloquently, you'll feel it before you see it, but eventually you're gonna start seeing the results because you're making sure your body's progressively getting better and better at tearing those muscle fibers and rebuilding them, and not plateauing and getting bored with your training.
And others will see it too, because I remember when I went to Aruba first, every time I go to Aruba and come back in the gym, this guy would tell me, "You lost weight again. What are you doing?" He's always telling me how I lost weight,
Yes.
So
So
people are looking at you.
yeah, I remember. I'm going to go ahead and share free workouts. Okay, so you guys can see it. You may not be able to see it right away. You might have to give me patience because I can't post in some channels right away. Some channels I have to actually go and open the channel up and post it. So in the next 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, you'll see the link for your free workouts. Another thing I should say for you guys who've been watching, or who are watching on the playback, if you're watching this, because we're going to replay this live. So for anyone who wants to see it, share it with your family and friends. We have a lot of exercise, or I should say, exercise challenges that we like to do and encourage people to move more and really get to their health goals. Together, we're stronger. So I like to do a lot of challenges. If you're interested in doing challenges as a group, with a group of people who are like-minded, then I encourage you to join our Facebook group, Diabetes 180. So look on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, hopefully, it's called thank you, Efren. Yeah. Watching from the Philippines, awesome. It's Diabetes 180. We're gonna have a challenge probably in a couple weeks. I'm not sure when, but there'll be prizes. We're gonna make sure we reward the winners, those who you're gonna be rewarded for your efforts. We always come up with, usually first, second, third place prizes. We have a lot of fun with our challenges. We do a lot of different challenges. We haven't done one in a while, but we're gonna start again this year. So if you want to join the group, of course, it's free, no charge. Check out Diabetes 180. I look forward to seeing you in that challenge. All right. And again, remember, you got your free workouts that will be posted at the end in this chat, in the chat. Hopefully one of the last chats you'll see. I'm saying chat, comments, the comment section. Well, I'm all over the place. Anyway.
Any questions?
Any questions from anybody before we close off? It's been fun talking to you guys about this a topic that we're excited about. I assume we don't have much questions. Hopefully that means we did a great job at explaining what progressive overload training is. But if you do have questions that you didn't think of until later, you know how to reach us most hopefully. Of course, I'll be checking the chat probably next few days. but you can also see if you can message me privately through the Facebook group, Diabetes 180. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. You guys have a good night.
All right. Bye.